Welcome back, guys. It's Evie, owner and creative director of Evielutions Design, where I help businesses with web development, graphic, and printing. So today we're going to talk about self-development, investing in our personal growth, because we all know as female entrepreneurs, we are always on the go and looking for new opportunities. We never give up and we take risk if we think that it could be worth it. But if we aren't careful, we can always easily forget to slow down and enjoy the lives we've worked so hard to build. I mean, self-help, it gets a bad rep, but as a business owner, I found that it is crucial for my life and also for my business. So when I improve, so does my work. So today we're going to talk about a few personal growth tactics that I've used to improve my life, to become more happier and successful. So as usual, let's jump right into it. The first and most important tactic or tip would be to invest in yourself. So, as business owners, we wear so many hats at once. And while that is, sometimes fun, it also means that we are always doing something instead of focusing on our personal growth. So with this mindset, I felt guilty, for doing the things that helped me grow when I could be focusing on the next best strategy or learning, the best kept secrets in my industry. But now I make a point to invest in things like books, programs, and courses that help me learn how to grow as a person, because I've realized that nobody else will teach me these lessons. I have to go out and get it myself. And so I recently just finished earning my certification as a digital marketing professional. Pat on the back for me. And, I have to put myself as a priority, and investing in my personal growth is the best use of my time and money, because the results will affect like every area in my life in the most positive ways. And so this doesn't mean, that you have to go out and spend a ton of money. There are so many like great resources online at no cost, from podcasts to YouTube videos. But the key is to make sure it's the right content for you, and to make sure you are fully present when consuming these things. I often carve out like 1 hour of dedicated time to work on like a course each day. I try to read a chapter of a nonfiction book before I go to bed, and even, set up reoccurring dates with myself solely to work on an area that I need, more improvement in. I also make sure that spending time on myself is built into my schedule as much as possible, because I know that the results are going to be well worth it. The next thing is to surround yourself with positive and supportive people. Oh my God, this is so important. So, who you spend your time with matters. It is so important. You have to ask yourself, are the people in your life there to help you when the times are tough, or to provide motivation or encouragement? If not, it may be time to rethink your circle. I mean, it can be hard to start creating a space between you and the people that have been in your life for a long time. But when you do, you'll see some really amazing changes that will start to take place for you. This goes for family, spouses, whoever. You have to set boundaries. Now, I'm not advising, to kick them to the curb, but having this conversation with them on the direction you are taking your journey, and how they can either be on board or not. But you will need to do what works best for you. And so, as an entrepreneur, it's also important to have people in your life that challenge you. We all need a little push from time to time, especially when we're feeling out of our comfort zone, or just, afraid to take a risk. You want to find people that challenge that aspect of your life instead of pulling you down, or being overly positive in a way that does not help you grow. That is so important. I know we have a lot of yes, sir, and yes, ma'am people in our life, but it's so important for us to have, honest people that are going to keep it real with you. So when you start to create a circle of people that support you and challenge you, you'll see your life change, and even your confidence in yourself is going to be boosted. The next tip is going to be to create a morning routine. So, having a morning routine has been a key player in improving my day to day life. And so, having a routine that is just for me helps me to start, on a positive note. It gives a consistent structure to my day, and it helps me move through my morning with ease rather than like feeling stressed out that I should be doing something different. Your morning routine can be tailored to fit your specifics, but mine's kind of looks like this. So I typically wake up between 8 and 8:30 a.m. Yes, I am so not a morning person. I'm more of a night owl. After that, get up, brush my teeth, comb my hair, put on my, comfy clothes, and then I'll go and I'll meditate for about 10 minutes. I may do a 30-minute workout, just depends on how I'm feeling that day. And then I'll come back up to my office, make a cup of coffee, and then start to make my daily list of priority threes. And so I think I showed you guys a notepad. I finally got some of them in. So this is the actual notepad. So, like I said, I'll start off with saying what I'm grateful for the day, and then I'll write my top three priorities for each category, from business, self development, which is kind of what we're focusing on today, and what I may need to do for home or family. Okay. So before having a morning routine, I always wanted to incorporate these tasks into my daily life, but I felt like I, just couldn't find the time. And so this routine ensures that I start my day off in a way that makes me feel like my needs were taken care of before my clients or my family. Next, we're going to talk about writing down your top priorities every day. Back to our priority threes notebook. So how you spend your day is how you spend your life. If you do not prioritize yourself, who is? You are valuable and you deserve a life that reflects this. So, one of the simplest ways to make sure that the tasks that you value aren't overlooked by writing down your goals for the day on paper before they begin to slip through the cracks. And yes, I know a lot of you use your phone and apps, but there's just like something about, putting pen to paper. And then when you're done, just ripping off that sheet and discarding it, because now all of those tasks are complete. There's just something about that whole process for me. And so that's why I love, the Priority Threes notepad that I created, because it helps keep me in line. And this has increased my productivity and helped me to really just get focused on the things that are important to me, those three areas. And I created, this notepad for that exact purpose. So as I mentioned, it has a section to write what I'm grateful for, and an area to write my top three priorities and the most important areas in my life, which is business, self-development, home, family, life. So when you decide to focus on one important task in each of those categories each day, you'll be amazed at how you see your life change. The next tip is to turn off notifications when you're working. This one was extremely tough for me because if you're anything like me, you feel like you'll miss out on something that you should be aware of. So by turning off my notifications during my work hours, I found that I was much more productive during my work day. And this is only possible by turning off my phone, putting it in a do not disturb mode, and just eliminating, as many outside distractions as possible. That means no email notifications, no random app reminders, no social media, and no text messages. I was so hesitant to do this at first, but I found that when I have no notifications on my phone, I feel less stressed and more able to, really get into the project that I'm working on. My mood and my work has improved just by this one little habit. So turning off all notifications for a specific, window of time has been an amazing change for me. Next, you want to be a student of your calendar. So creating a schedule and actually following it has improved, my life more than I could put in words. I used to be terrible at time management. Absolutely had no time management. So if you've ever like struggled with this too, I highly recommend, scheduling out all of your day in 30-minute increments. And I learned this from a business coach, and they called it time blocking. And so um, I also showed you guys this little handy timer here that helps keep me on track with that as well. And so it sounds tedious, but it will change your life. Once you have a schedule for the day, just stick with it. And now, when I deviate from my plan, I feel completely off balance and completely stressed out because my whole day isn't working together like clockwork anymore. And so, I'm not saying that planning every second of my day is healthy or sustainable in the long run, but creating some structure has really helped me get myself organized in a way that works for me. And once you have a system in place, it will be easier to adjust as needed without feeling overwhelmed by the change. The next one is choose a time to end your workday and stick to it. Okay, guys, so I have to be honest with you. Oh boy. I'm not going to lie to you. I still struggle with this one, but I do feel the difference when I force myself to stick to it. Um, as a female entrepreneur, it's easy to work late nights every night. But now that I've been in business for a while, I have been craving more of a work life balance, which is so important. And that's why I have started to choose a time to end my workday and force myself to adhere to it. For me, that means setting my self imposed deadline at 6 p.m. This has helped me prioritize my tasks during the workday so that I'm spending time after work doing the things that I truly want to be doing. So, for instance, instead of consuming myself with work all night, I may FaceTime my grandson for like a great laugh and just spend quality time alone. It's so important to do that. Okay, so last but not least is you want to schedule guilt-free relaxation time. The pressures of running a business can be overwhelming, leaving you like there is never enough time to get everything done. And so to escape this, I recommend scheduling relaxation time and actually using it. And I know that sounds crazy, but that means unplugging during this time and not feeling guilty for, taking that time for yourself. Because when that happens, we aren't getting anything done or relaxing. It's never a fun time. But if we schedule specific time to do those not so productive things like watching the Squid Games, oh my God, like I watched that whole season in probably a day. But anyways, things like that, or mindlessly scrolling through TikTok. We allow ourselves to be human and enjoy the hours that we aren't working. So, guys, I hope you found these tips helpful in your own personal growth journey. Let me know if you've used any of these tips to improve your self-development. And if so, tell us, how they work for you down below in the comments, and maybe any other ways we can help people transform their lives by working on their personal growth. P.S. My Priority Threes notebook is finally available, so be sure to go get yours. The link is going to be below. All right, talk to you guys soon. Have a blessed week.